Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Retekess TR103. This is a micro FM medium wave shortwave rechargeable portable radio. Yeah, keyword there was micro. Yeah, when you see this thing, you'll see why. I bought this from Amazon for a total of $24.99 minus a 10% coupon, which was nice, brought down to $22.50 plus tax, right around $24 category. So pretty happy with that. So let's see what we get. Retekess TR103, simple brown box, nothing special here, no pictures of the radio. All right. So yeah, I saw this online and I wanted it for a while because it reminded me of the PR12, if you guys remember that radio. And I really liked that one because it had a lot of volume coming out of that little speaker. And I like the design of this radio better. So we'll go over that in a second. Let's see what we get in the box. A little foam protector, a false bottom, pull that out. Goodies underneath, cable, and we get a manual. And the box is empty. Let's go over the things we got. Starting off with the cable, micro USB variety to charge the radio and to interface the radio with the PC. So you can actually drag and drop files directly to your micro SD card interfaced with the radio directly to the PC. Not bad. There we are. Next we have a user manual, which is really small. Let's see, I think it's multilingual manual, a lot of languages. I usually go for the specs in the back. Here's your technical indicators. There you go. It has a rechargeable battery, and it's a 3.7 volt, 600 milliamp hour battery. I don't think it's replaceable. There's two screws. I didn't try taking this radio apart. I think I tried with the PR12 and I could not get it pried apart, so I didn't try this one yet. You have FM frequency. It's expanded, so you can choose between 67 to 108 or 87 to 108, which is really nice. You have 9K or 10K stepping on the medium wave, also really cool. Shortwave frequency, we have a 3.2 to 22 megahertz. I think it's split up into bands. The problem with this shortwave, you'll find out as I'm using it, it's not, I would say it's more of a secondary function of this radio. I'd use this mainly for FM and medium wave, but shortwave's there in a pinch. Okay, so then it gives some weight, 72 grams, it looks like. All right, and then like as far as user controls, you can kind of just pause and look at it if you need to for posterity, right? I mean, it's pretty basic. I'm lucky to own the PR12, so I was able to figure this radio out fairly quickly. If I didn't have the PR12, it would have took me a little longer to figure this out. But the keywords here is button number 7 here. It's your pause play. And if you look here, it says play pause button. Long press, station presets. Short press takes you into manual tuning mode. That's very important. They don't stress that enough. They should have an asterisk by this and a whole paragraph explaining to you what that function is. But we'll cover that in this video. So there's the manual. No biggie. Set that off to the side. Let's get to the radio. Yeah, look at this little dude. Comes in a nice little plastic sleeve. Attention detail, I like that. I'm going to set this down. I think I'm going to zoom in a little bit because, yeah, it looks pretty small on the camera there. Loving it. Love these little radios. You know me. So yeah, dimensions. So we're 3.5 inches tall. We're 1 3/4 inches in width. And with a case depth of 3/4 of an inch. So pretty small radio. I'm just digging the size. I just think it's amazing. So let's go ahead and do some size comparison. I have another shortwave radio that's the smallest in the house, which is this one, HRD 737. This has been a great vest pocket radio. I love using it. It actually has the same capacity battery, 600 milliamp hour battery. Can you believe that? The Retekess is a little thicker, but the Hangrangda is thinner. As you can see there. Wait, yeah, that makes sense, right? But definitely the Retekess wins on the size contest. Though if you want a shortwave experience and you want a little extra, you're probably going to want to lean towards this radio. Spend the extra, I don't know, $15 probably for this radio, if that's what you're looking for. But if you're looking for ultra small, fits in an Altoids tin, you might want that. So I'm already giving you final thoughts. But this just has some very interesting features. Next, what else can I show you? Oh yeah. Always the Skywave. There's a size comparison for you. You could probably fit 3 of these inside the size of a Skywave. That's amazing. I love it. All right. And of course we have the infamous Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. You can put the radio inside the deck of cards. It doesn't rhyme, but you get where I'm going. It does fit inside the deck of cards. I bet you could open this up, dump the cards out, hide the radio in the box. Pretty awesome. Loving it. All right, so we'll talk about features, and then we'll get to talking about FM reception. So features of the radio, on-off switch on the side, very basic. Front of the radio, I really like the enclosure. It's plastic where the speaker is. It's got a metal bezel around here. This was Retekess. That's actually a nice touch. I think that's kind of neat. We have an LCD window, which displays our frequency, battery level indicator. Problem with this LCD display is it's super bright white light, which you're going to see, and you're not going to be able to read what I'm able to see on the camera, unfortunately. But I'll tell you what's there. And once that light blinks off, then you can see what's displayed. But what a hassle that is. So you have three main buttons, and these are very important because there's not many buttons on this radio. So yeah, these are very important. Mainly for the MP3 player, you got your back, your forward, and your pause play. MP3 player is very basic on this radio. There's no fast forward or rewind. It's just pretty much next track, back track. I thought that was I wish it would at least have fast forward. That'd be nice, but it does not have that. The big deal with this radio is your presets and your different modes. So the pause play button acts as your preset auto scan mode and also your manual tuning mode. So you tap this to go and cycle between those two modes. The one fault of this radio is it defaults to the preset mode. I don't know what they were thinking when they thought of that. So you go to tune your radio. These are the up and down tuning keys when you're tuning your radio. And it defaults to your preset window. I don't want to go to my presets. I always want to be in frequency mode. So I think they need to revamp this one, program it so it's always in frequency mode, and then if you want to go to presets, you hit the button, and now you're in preset mode. That would make sense. Having it reversed really makes this radio a little difficult to tune on shortwave. Not so bad on medium wave and FM. You can get around it. But with shortwave, it is a hassle. We got a little 1-inch speaker here behind that metal plastic speaker grill. The PR12 has the metal speaker grill, by the way. So it says TR103 at the bottom, FM, medium wave, shortwave, 3-band radio. Right-hand side, we have a mode button. That's your band select. And I believe if you hold this down in FM, you can toggle between the 64 to 108 and the 87 to 108 band. And then you can, for 9K, 10K on AM or medium wave band, you hold that down. Your volume up-down buttons, your micro SD card slot right there. And right now I'm going to populate it with a 16 gig Samsung. I got some pre-recorded audio on there we can play. And down here we have our DC input for that micro USB charging cable to charge the battery. Top of the radio we have a little tiny antenna. This measures about 9 3/4 inches. Yeah, you gotta be real careful with it. Surprised how well it did on FM though. We're gonna talk about that. This is an FM radio for sure. Go ahead and put this back down. Yeah, real gingerly with that one. Easily bent. It will stand because it's wide enough. I think that's a good thing. I mean, being a little thicker is not a bad thing. It's almost like a small Zippo. On the back here, it says Retekess, and there's the wet band coverage, some of that, my serial number, 2 screws to enter the case, but I don't know what's behind there. I haven't tried taking it apart yet. I probably will eventually. We'll see how that goes. So let's go ahead and talk about FM reception, and we'll turn this on. We'll do a little bit of audio check, and then we'll go to cruising the bands. So FM reception, I base this on a 5-tier method: fair, okay, good, very good, and excellent. Most good analog radios, right in the middle, okay to good, 2.5-star rating. And this radio was way above average. I found 76 stations when the average is 48 stations. So there you go. DSP rocking. This little radio is rocking. This little tiny antenna. Okay, so sensitivity is amazing. 76 stations. That puts it at a good to very good rating, which gives it 3.5 stars, which is close to some of my big time radios, like EP Pro and getting up there towards the Sanj and PRD15, some of the big boys. So pretty happy to see that for a little tiny radio. Impressive. The most impressive thing was the FM selectivity. The selectivity of this radio is really, really good. So I rated it 4 stars at very good. The only thing holding this radio back is this antenna. If this radio was like longer, say, you could put a longer antenna on here, or you could clip a wire, sure. But I mean, if it could incorporate a longer antenna, this thing would probably pull in more stations. So I gave it a higher rating on selectivity because it was picking up a lot of faint stations next to stronger stations. Pretty impressive. So a 3 3/4 star overall, probably nearing towards the 4-star rating, which is, again, a rare occurrence. I did mention a headphone jack on top there. Let's talk about that real quick. I did miss that. I was going to do that. This is not FM stereo, unfortunately, on the radio. I was kind of bummed about that. I thought for sure this would be FM stereo. A lot of people will be bummed to find out that it is not the case. This one is, the Ronda 737. This is FM stereo, but this one does not have FM stereo, which I'm surprised. I tested it with my transmitter to make sure, and sure enough, it did not receive a FM stereo signal, while my other radios did. So yeah, definitely not that. But it does play back your MP3s in stereo. So that's what the stereo is for. That little green usually indicates stereo. You do have output of your MP3s and your music files as stereo, and it sounds very good. It does have low level hiss. So the headphone experience is okay. It's a little flat on the medium wave because medium wave on here is pretty flat and neutral, tending towards the low side on tone. But the overall headphone experience, I probably won't use headphones with this too often because the volume is a problem. If you're on 1 and you go to 2 while you're playing your music, it's going to blow your eardrums out. I don't know what it is with this radio, but between 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, it makes these huge jumps. And for headphone listeners, that's not a good thing. So just letting you know, be wary when you're using headphones with this, keep it low, and be very careful when you're increasing the volume because it goes up too fast. So I just want to give you a heads up. All right, so what else is there to talk about? Well, turn it on. Let's turn this thing on. All right, now the bright screen, you can't read it. If I angle it, you can see it. We'll go to our TF card. We'll play a couple songs. Cycling through the bands, and there we're on the SD card. And we'll give it a few minutes. So you get an idea for the music. I think I have some old time radio shows on here. Let's check that out. So I'll just skip to, I think I have, I'm trying to think of where it's at. Awesome, and you can pause it right there. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's a little bit of audio taste. You know, I'll be honest with you, in person, that little speaker is really good. I found that with the FM music and then of course playback on your MP3s and what your audio is, it sounds fantastic. when you get to the bands, the medium wave sounds kind of flat, but the FM music sounds really good. I can sit here and listen to this little radio on FM all day long. It's that good of an FM radio. So let's go ahead and tune to the shortwave band. So what we're going to do here is switch to shortwave and show you this thing tunes, which is always a joy. Yeah, okay, so here we go. It always defaults to 3.215. I think that's what it's doing. Okay, yeah, there we go. If you look close, you can see it says SW for shortwave on top. We have a battery level indicator, our megahertz, and of course where we're at in the shortwave band. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull out this antenna here where I can clip on a little wire. Now I'm using an antenna wire from a PL380, which is about 12 foot. It's on the inside of my window, so nothing outside. Something very basic and simple. And you can see it's usable. I'm already getting a signal. So the key here, you can browse. So we can hold. So if you hold down one of these keys, the forward or back will take you through the band slowly until it finds a station. It'll stop on that station if it's strong enough. This is very tedious, and this radio does not have a way to jump to any shortwave bands or navigate manual presets, so it's like an auto scan thing. So auto scanning shortwave, you know that's not always a joy, and especially a little radio like this. So it's not as usable as a shortwave radio, but still, in a pinch, you could do it. So I'm just going to show you how to tune it. So right now it's just browsing along until it finds something. Now if you want to stop it, the key here is don't short press this once, and I believe if you press this again, hold on, let's wait a second here, might be a long press. I was playing with this earlier trying to get this figured out. Okay, now it doesn't want to stop. There used to be a way to stop this. Now, was it my imagination? We'll find out. Let's see if it finds anything on 5 megahertz. It did. Okay. You can hear them. Okay, it's not coming in good tonight. Yesterday it was. Say I want to go back. We'll go down. Now I know there's a way. I was playing with this and I was able to stop it. So let's see if I can get it to stop. So you press this, and then, yeah, it's not letting me stop. Okay, there, now it stopped the browse. I don't know what it needs to stop it. Let's see if we can stop it again. So we wait a few seconds, short press that. Okay, and long press seems to stop it. Okay, so if you're looking in your browsing, I find that as a good feature there. Okay, now it's starting at the bottom of the thing again. Yeah, this is the hassle with this radio. So what you do is you can do a scan of all the stations, and then you can navigate with those, which I did. So what we'll do is we'll just stop this, short press that, hit this button. There we go. So you're able to stop your browse by doing what I just showed you. Short press this button, press that. So what this is this gets you out of the preset mode and into the frequency mode. And if you wait 2 seconds, it defaults back to the preset mode. So if you wait too long, you have to hit this button again. I have to do that medium wave in our scan tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to see what I found on the scan here. So we're going to go presets. Here's preset 1. Canadian time signal I picked up earlier. CHU. So I just thought I had more than this. Okay, I thought I had more. So what we're going to do is let it browse up to 5,000 again. And then we'll see if we can find Cuba there on 5025 if it doesn't pick it up. And then we can stop. And I'll show you how to manually tune. It's pretty basic. But yeah, for shortwave, it's kind of tedious. I wouldn't use this as a shortwave radio. No. I would mainly use this for AM and FM because when you hear the medium wave, it rocks. It's really that good. But this, yeah. Two Hands did a whole 30-minute presentation about the tuning of this radio. You can check out his channel, Two Hands in Radio, and he talks about how to tune this sucker. And it's still a hassle. It really is. It reminds me of PR12. The PR12 has a similar tuning strategy. I don't know what they were thinking. They're thinking backwards. Retekess, if you're watching this video, which I know you probably are, change this tuning method. It is not good. I'm picking up noise there. But let's see if we can get the Cuba here, then I'm going to stop and go somewhere else. Yeah, my presets must have got erased or something. There we go, found that. Okay, so we're really... Okay, it's... You guys can't read it, but there's a little 5 there. There we go. That's Cuba barely picked up. So now what you want to do, if you want to fine tune, press that once, and now you're able to fine tune with these buttons, which is good if you got up to 6. But I'm not going to make you wait till there. So we'll do a future shortwave scan with this radio. So let's just get out of shortwave. It's a hassle. To be honest with you, you just hit the scan. What you find is what you find, and then if you're near other stations that you know about, then just quick press this button, and then you can just manually scan, go where you got to go. You can go this fairly quick if you just tap it pretty quick here. But that's about as quick as you're going to go through the band manually, unfortunately. But there it is, in a nutshell. Okay, medium.
Your local blue coal dealer present The Shadow. These half-hour dramatizations are designed to forcibly demonstrate to old and young alike.
Dang it.
Not pay.
That's what I was talking about, the volume being crazy loud. Okay, so let's take this off FM. We'll go to medium wave. All right. There's 520. Okay, so we're going to start at the bottom of the band. Now, this is pretty simple. Okay, we're going to turn this up. You press this button. So now we can go 10 kilohertz. So that's just coming in CHLO, Brampton, Ontario, 441 miles, 250 watts. I'm going to do a more concise full daytime band scan, a full evening band scan. I did a daytime band scan with this thing, and it rocks. The medium wave is really good on here. So let's go ahead and let's go to some distant stations. I'm going to hit this button here, and we're going to go up to, say, 630, see if we can hear Chatham, Ontario. There we go.
Awesome games and prizes. Plus, it's charity night, so get $15 all-in packages. Riverview Gaming, $4.97, Riverview Drive, Shadow. Must be 18 years of age. Play smart. Knowledge you can bet on.
I probably should mention that, I forgot to mention, if you do auto scan, it has 60 presets. So you got 60 presets on the AM, 60 presets on the FM, and 60 presets on shortwave, which you probably never use on shortwave. But with the auto scan feature, you get 60 per band. So there you go, CFCO, Chatham, Ontario, 310 miles, 6,000 watts. Up to Nashville here, got a short press, and manually tune. There you go. That's Nashville, Tennessee. If I could just mute that because I don't need a copyright. So Nashville, Tennessee, WSM. This is 434 miles away, sounding pretty good. Loving it. All right, let's turn that volume back up.
And the hard part is that even if they went back to Houston, up 3-2,
670 to score.
Verlander's going to be sitting there, right? Verlander will be sitting there on Saturday.
Listen, I think they can beat him.
Yes, I think they showed last. Look, Verlander was very good last night, but you saw
And then they beat Greinke.
opportunities. Wow.
Did.
690. Probably CKGM, Montreal, Quebec. 763 miles. Sweet. WLW 700.
Oh, yeah.
And Breitbart was famous for saying politics is
It's Ohio. This is going to be Cincinnati, 300 miles.
So I think if anybody starts that.
For a final break when we come back, look at the NHL scoreboard and what's
WGN,
next.
Chicago.
That's next on 720 WGN.
On the ring, the outcome of a great game can come down to a few legendary...
CFZM, Zoomer Radio, Toronto, Ontario.
private consultation with our highly skilled physicians. Call 404.
Here's WSB Atlanta, Georgia. 630 miles.
You'll see results on your first visit, or there's no charge for your consult. Call Priority Men's Medical Center now at 404-620-1959. That's 404-620-1959.
Some purchases aren't complicated, and if you... I believe in the management. I do. I really do.
WJR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
In our lifetime. I mean, from...
WABC, New York City, New York, 750 miles. It's pretty weak, but it's there. Now, if you notice the buzzing sound, I think it's my proximity to my phone and me touching the metal part. It adds interference. I noticed that. Okay. Real sensitive radio.
Routine checkup by analyzing your DNA
WBBM,
to identify
Chicago.
future health risks for you and working to stop.
Let's go up to some other stations I know about. WCCO, Minneapolis. Yeah, the other night the stations were coming in crystal clear.
Huge fireball exploding over China.
WHAS,
Then you hear
Louisville,
about how
Kentucky.
there's a typhoon that hits Fukushima again
300 miles.
and sends bags full of...
Here's KOA Denver, 890 miles. I got it really clear the other night, which was nice. So this little radio is impressive. Alright, let's keep moving. CJBC, Toronto, Ontario.
Donc, ça marche. Comment ça s'est bien fait? Les gens suivent, en tout cas. Il y a personne qui m'a dit qu'il avait été perdu. Mais donc...
460 miles. Here we go, there's a distant one, WWL, New Orleans, Louisiana. 865 miles. Very nice. Okay, 880 here is WCBS, New York, New York. 750 miles. I'm just going to kind of cruise the dial here. Let's go to some distant stations. Let's go 1020. This is KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 450 miles.
You're not just expectorating and sneezing right around people to try and give them sinus inspections.
Well, we had
WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts.
We had a system here with toll takers for many, many years.
880 miles.
There was no test or anything like that. It wasn't civil service. The Turnpike was a quasi-public private agency, and they did what they wanted. Ruth, I want to get one more call in. Thank you so much for calling. If you get a chance, check out that ABC News stuff. It's amazing, okay?
Yes, par for the course.
All right, hey, Ruth, call back more often. You're a great caller. I appreciate it very much.
I had no idea he was committing a crime. It didn't matter to the prosecutors.
1040 WHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles.
He did not really steal government property. The government abandoned.
Let's go up to 1100, and we'll call it here.
We're talking about a leader is going to fall in the window during the fall of Wormwood and the bittering of the waters and the bittering of the people.
So this is WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles. So, real quick before we end it, we can go all the way to the top here and see what we can find right now. So top of the band, on cheaper radios tends to die off. This one here seemed pretty strong. So let's see what it does to 1700. That's the top where I get my weakest stations. There we go. 1700 here. We're on KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles. All right, let's go ahead and turn this off. Do final thoughts on the Retekess TR103. Is it worth $22.50? Well, if you want a micro-sized radio, yes it is. It's worth the $22.50 because it does a decent job on the medium wave band. It does have a neat MP3 player. I mean, I'm not a fan of MP3 players, but for having something so small, it's not bad. It does play stereo on the MP3, which is nice. Shortwave, it's pretty much, I probably wouldn't waste my time with the shortwave on this, mainly for medium wave and at FM. That FM is spectacular. I can't stress it enough. It almost got a 4-star rating. I'm leaning towards 4 stars, 76 stations. I did an auto scan and filled all 60 up with copyable stations, which was amazing. So yeah, I was sitting on my couch inside the house doing that. So this radio, it is a rocker for sure. For the size, yeah. But if you want a usable shortwave radio and a pocket vest pocket one, think about this one. Go with the HRD 737 for something thin, micro, does everything radio. If you don't mind a little bit wider profile, definitely be one to think about. Now I'll have links below for this one and this one. So there it is, the Retekess TR103. I'll have band scans in the future, so hit subscribe at the bell icon, get notified of those future videos. And of course, comment below what we think about the TR103 Retekess, the FM medium wave, shortwave little champ here. Would you buy it? Would you pass? I really dig the design. I think it's really cool, and it is usable, definitely. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next episode.